We're reading Hebrews chapter 9, verses 23 through the end of the chapter, which is verse 28. Thus it was necessary for the copies of the heavenly things to be purified with these rites, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. For Christ has entered not into a holy place made with hands, which are copies of the true things, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of God on our behalf. Nor nor was it to offer himself repeatedly, as the high priest do enter the holy place every year with blood, not his own. For then he would have had to repeatedly suffer since the foundation of the world. But as it is, he has appeared once for all at the end of the ages to put away the sin by sacrifice of himself. And just as it is appointed for once a man to die, and after that comes the judgment, so Christ, having been offered once to bear the sin of many, will appear a second time, not to deal with sin, but to save those who are eagerly waiting for him.
Hey guys, what's going on? Today I went ahead and I put in the scripture. I'm going to try to start doing that. I'm kind of taking a cue from my buddy Logan Malden, which if you aren't following him, follow him. He's definitely a great guy. You can actually follow him on Twitter with Engaging Culture. That's his handle. Just check on him, or you can visit the site and follow him that way. A wordforyou.org. He also has his own blog and everything. Anyways, check out our site. You'll find out about him. Sorry, it was a little bit of a tangent. Today, as I read through the scripture already, we're going through 20 through Hebrews chapter 9, verses 23 through the end of the chapter, which is verse 28. Today is the 17th day of the reading through scripture for 365 days for myself. It's really interesting the way Christ is different towards the way human priests would be. Human priests would do this once a month. They wouldn't only offer sacrifices for the Hebrew people or the Jewish people. They would offer sacrifices for themselves in the form of a bull once a year or whatever. And then after that, they would sacrifice other animals for the people of the Jewish faith, and for those people who came to ask for forgiveness. Whereas Christ, he offered himself once. That's it. Period. That's all. If it wasn't for that, if he did it every single day, he would have been doing it all the time since the beginning of time. That's a lot of craziness. He doesn't die every single time someone comes to him. He doesn't die. He's died once, and just as it's once for man to die, so did Christ. And in the end, there's the judgment, is what it says here. In the judgment, don't get me wrong, Christ is love. God is love. God is everything. But he also is the ultimate judge. In the end, Christ will come and pick us up and take us to where he was in heaven, and he will not only take us there, but then the judgment time comes. For those who are true believers, they shall be let into heaven, and for those who are not, the judgment comes. You will be judged based on what you've done, and judged based on whether or not you received them. It's kind of harsh, but It's the way the Bible is. But the thing is he only died once. He's only coming back again once. People say that Jewish faith is waiting for Christ to come, to come once, and we are waiting. The Christian faith is waiting for Christ to come again, and that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for God to say, "This is it. We're finished. Let's go home." And then the new earth shall come and all that stuff, and we'll have to get into that later on. But the thing is just remember this. As you're walking through your day, remember that Christ came as a man. He died once so that you did not have to die for your own sins. So that you can live a life of joyful giving and praise and worship to God. And then at the end of it, you should be called into heaven. To have a God that wants to do that is phenomenal. It's just mind-blowing for me because I'm used to hearing about gods who are wrathful and who are just mean all the time. Not a God that sends his son. Whew. Good stuff. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to get off here, and I'll be back tomorrow to show you what's going on and to read a little bit more Hebrews. So, I'll talk to y'all later. Grace and peace.